Hello. Good morning, friends and guests. Welcome to OCCA's 2024 to 2025 fifth grade promotion ceremony. To begin, I would like to welcome up Quinn Smith, OCCA's Student Council President, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand. Face the flag. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
At this time, I would like to welcome up OCCA's headmaster, Mrs. Park, to share a few words at this special ceremony.
Hi, fifth graders. It feels like yesterday when most of you were in Miss Martini and Miss Caruth at the time, their first grade classes, and now you are preparing yourselves to leave lower school. I remember wondering how in the world we ended with 60 first graders who were 70% boys. Every cohort has its unique distinctions and personalities, and I think that for some reason, your cohort has the highest demonstration of loyalty to one another. The level of strong friendships that you have maintained amongst yourselves is highly commendable. Today marks a very special day for all of you. Today, we are celebrating all of your accomplishments throughout the year and promoting you to get your hearts ready to enter middle school. As a classical school, you learn through the trivium, which refers to the 3 stages of learning. Fifth grade marks the end of the grammar stage, in which you have built strong foundational skills through lots of memorization, recitation, singing, and chanting. And while you'll continue to do that in middle school, now you will be entering the logic stage, which will give you the opportunity to understand these foundational skills that you have built in a much deeper manner. I hope you are excited and curious about entering the logic stage of the trivium. This year, you have read some classic novels, such as The Tales from Shakespeare, Tom Sawyer, and Frederick Douglass. Your wonderful teachers have taught you about the Renaissance period and how the Western civilization expanded before and after the Civil War. You learn to define matter and how to classify living organisms. You learn about Renaissance art, as well as learning about the core elements of music. As you enter 6th grade, you should expect to read classical mythology, children's Homer, and Count of Monte Cristo. You will get to learn more deeply about the ancient Greece and Rome, the French Revolution, and about the reformers. You will start your first year of formal Latin instruction and engage in more Socratic discussions around these topics. You will get to also participate in more staff versus students challenge, full day house events, Orange County Charter League sports, pentathlon, ensembles, choir, student-led clubs, and so many more. And of course, I'm sure you're most excited about getting your own lockers and access to the vending machines. It is our hope that through this education you receive, that you will grow in genuine wonder and curiosity about human nature against self and others, as well as about the world. It is our hope that you would find true joy in choosing to do what's right instead of letting the outcomes and consequences influence your decisions. It is our hope that you would humbly reflect on our virtues and pursue what is good, beautiful, and true under all circumstances. And with that, congratulations, 5th grade. Welcome to middle school. Next, I would like to invite fifth grade student Zach Vargas, who will be sharing a little bit about upcoming performances of America the Beautiful.
This year in fifth grade music, we were able to read Bates' poem, learn the beautiful melody, and appreciate the meaning of this text through a Socratic seminar. We hope our performance of this song today inspires you to think about the beauty of our country and what it means to be American. On a trip to Pikes Peak in 1893, Catherine Lee Bates penned the poem that would evolve into one of the nation's best-loved patriotic songs. After ascending to the top of the peak by prairie wagon, Bates was inspired by the sea-like expanse of the fertile country under those ample skies when the opening line of the famous hymn came into her mind. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. These lyrics would later turn into one of the best-known songs in our country's history, America the Beautiful. When Bates was asked about the poem's success years later, she said the hold it has had upon our people is clearly due to the fact that Americans are at heart idealists with a fundamental faith in human brotherhood.
Thank you, fifth grade, for that wonderful rendition of America the Beautiful. We would now like to share our final recitation of the year, Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address.
Gettysburg Address by Abraham Lincoln. 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little know, nor long remember what we say here, but they can never forget what they did here. It is for us the living rather to be dedicated here to unfinished work which they who fought here has thus far so nobly advanced. It is for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause which they gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain. That this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom. And that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
Fifth grade, thank you for sharing that stirring recitation of the Gettysburg Address. It is my pleasure to welcome OCCA's Student Council President, Quinn Smith, back to the stage to share a few words.
My name is Quinn Smith, and it has been an honor to serve you as Student Council President this year. Today marks a transition for us in the upper school. This is a meaningful, even strategic point in our lives. To learn from history, we could think about an important battle we studied this year, Little Round Top. This battle took place during the Civil War, on the second day of the Battle of Gettysburg. The soldiers of the Union left flank demonstrated courage and bravery to defeat their adversaries, the Confederate Army. At a pivotal point in the battle, the Union was on the hill of Little Round Top, outnumbered by the Confederates and running low on ammunition. The Confederates were sure to finish them off and win the Battle of Gettysburg, which would give them a chance to capture the Union's capital, D.C. But that didn't happen because General Joshua Chamberlain had a courageous plan. Since they were running low on ammunition, they used the only weapons they had left, their swords and bayonets. General Chamberlain ordered his army to charge down the hill, which took the Confederates by surprise. This decisive moment in the battle took not only strong leadership, but bravery and prudence. The Union managed to defeat the Confederates, which led them to the great victory of Gettysburg and thus the Civil War, and so the preservation of the Union. The winning of one hill changed the direction of history. So how can we learn from this victory? Although we can't compare to the sacrifices the Union Army made, this event in history can serve as an example for us as we encounter important moments in our lives. We need to be strategic in our decision making and courageous in our actions, whether big or small. It's important that we remember that the difference between changing the future or not comes down to character, courage, fortitude, and prudence, as we saw in General Chamberlain. The importance of this moment can be described well by author C.S. Lewis. He stated, "The little decisions you and I make every day are of such great importance. The smallest good act today is the capture of a strategic point from which a few months later you may be able to go on to victories you never dreamed of." Today represents one of those strategic points in our lives. In middle school, we will face new challenges, but having done the hard work, thanks to our teachers, our family, and our community, we have captured the strategic point in our lives. We have graduated from lower school and are about to enter upper school. Once again, It has been an honor to serve as your president, so let us never forget why we were here, that our hearts may be wise.
Thank you, Quinn, for those thoughtful words. Today, it is our privilege to recognize a few students who, by their words and actions, have demonstrated each of our 6 pillars of character. Today, each teacher will select one student for each of our 6 pillars of character. The student who receives each award is a true exemplar of each virtue. So I'll begin. Our award for honesty goes to a student who is always truthful, even when it is hard. Congratulations, Braden McGrath. Our award for courage goes to a student who is new this year and has been showing growth in his attitude and confidence. Congratulations, Nathan Kim. Our award for courtesy goes to a student who treats everyone around him with kindness and a warm smile. Congratulations, Bryce Terry. Our award for respect goes to a student who is always first to listen and never interrupts others, a true friend to those around him. Congratulations, John Dolan. Our award for responsibility goes to a student who is unfortunately not here. He's already his award, but it goes to a student who is always on top of his work and a great model of advocacy. Congratulations, Benjamin Miner. And our award for citizenship goes to a student who has had the responsibility of class representative thrust upon him and has shown great leadership and responsibility to the call. Congratulations, Kai Dawson.
I would also like to honor a few exemplary students. Our award for honesty goes to a student who's always fair in her dealings with others and will always speak the truth even when it's hard. Congratulations, Shannon Jung. Our award for courage goes to a student who's grown so much this year in confidence and attitude. I'm so excited to see what she accomplishes in the future. Congratulations, Hadley Hansen. Our award for courtesy goes to a student who always goes out of his way to be a good neighbor to others and always comes to class with a great attitude each day. Congratulations, Luke Barley. Our award for respect goes to a student who consistently shows respect to his classmates through his words and actions. Congratulations, Samuel Na. Our award for responsibility goes to a student who's a model of how to complete his work and help others. Congratulations, Timothy O. Finally, our award for citizenship goes to a student who has served as an incredible class representative for our classroom. Congratulations, Scarlett Vance.
All right, and we will now begin giving out our promotional certificates. So we'll start with Carmen Brennan. Joseph Casillas. Scarlett Chapman. Davini Copeland. Landon Currington. John Dolan. Dean Darnell. Kai Dawson. Levi Garcia. Jackson Grubasic. McKenna Hankins. Luna Kilgallen. Elijah Kim. Justin Kim. Mia Kim. Nathan Kim. Elliot Lee. Luke Macias. Clive Mayberry. Braden McGrath. Arlo Mills. Sofia Pokodeva. Reed Roselle. Hudson Sincock. Zealand Taylor. Bryce Terry. Isaiah Valdez. Grace Ventura. Logan Yarborough. Eileen Yee. And please join me in congratulating those students who are promoting in absentia: Benjamin Miner and Sofia Velasquez.
I'd now like to honor some of the students from my class. First, we have Luke Barley. Aaron Choi. Camden Chung. Ezra Chung. Jax Clark. Truman Clifford. Caroline Colomac. Zachary Vargas. Samuel Evans. Julian Guardado. Hadley Hansen. Haley Shu. Justice Ingalls. Jaslyn Jackson. Yina Jin. Shannon Jung. Christine Kwan. Skylar McCammon. Sydney Moat. Samuel Na. Timothy O. Inu Park. Noah Park. Asher Pickett. Austin Ralph. Scarlett Vance. Quinn Smith. Cole Valbuena. Lillian Vera. David Vera. Daniel Vera. Congratulations, everybody. As my students know, we are what we do repeatedly. My hope is that we have spent our time in fifth grade doing the right thing often enough so that it becomes second nature in sixth grade. I know that each of our new middle schoolers are prepared for their new challenge, and I look forward to seeing them all next year as they take on a new challenge at a new campus. Thanks to everyone who came here to support our students, and congratulations to our new sixth graders. I would like to invite all students on stage to stand. It is now our great pleasure to announce that each student here today has officially been promoted to sixth grade. Let's give them a big round of applause. You may be seated. I just have one In absentia, we could just give a round of applause for them from my class as well as Sophia Diaz. We could give her a round of applause.
Parents and families, in just a moment, students will proceed off stage and our ceremony will come to an end. We want you to welcome you to take photos with your child after the ceremony. If you wish to take your child home, you can check them out through the same gate you entered through. However, if you are picking up a sibling, you will need to go to the front office to sign them out. All students remaining for the end of the day should stay in the auditorium and walk back to class with their teachers at 11 o'clock. Students should not leave the auditorium unless they are being signed out. We want to thank you again for joining us today. We could not have completed this amazing year without your support. We also want to thank Mrs. Park, Mrs. Moat, our founders and board members for providing us with this wonderful school where we can teach and learn what is good, true, and beautiful through both moral and intellectual virtues. Thank you for joining us today. Congratulations once again, students. Let's give our promoting class a final round of applause.